everybody, Assalamu alaikum. This is Learn with Amna once again, and I am bringing something important to you on another beautiful day. Yes, for you out there who is listening to me. So listen carefully and practice what I'm gonna tell you right today. So if you want to become a fluent English learner, you should follow my tips in my different videos which I give you always. So today I have brought something different than the normal topics, and that is that you're going to practice tips to really learn English with movies. Do you have interest in movies? No or yes? So if you have interest in movie, you can already know that you can learn just in a better way. How? You will be able to command yourself on English language through vocabulary, listening and speaking as well. So I am going to give you some pro tips that you are going to excel with your learning English. First of all, you need to do some of the things which I am going to tell you and that you have to be really careful for. In the end of the video, I'll be providing you 5 names of different movies which can really help you greatly in learning your English vocabulary. So first of all, you should select a movie that actually matches your current English level. If you are a beginner in English, I usually recommend you to learn English through animations. They are far easy to learn. So the main reason is because the English is usually very friendly, nice and easy to understand. So beyond, on the other hand, if you try to watch something like Romeo and Juliet, so you will be trying yourself to make confused. Say for example, Shakespearean English, which is English used in many countries long ago, centuries ago, is really very difficult to understand on screens, even for the advanced English learners. So you have to always select a movie that actually touches your interest and your English level as well. So my pro tip number 2 is you should bring your dictionary. Now maybe I'll add up point 3.52. Now choose a movie with subtitles. Now why I am saying this with subtitles? So when you hear a word you're interested in, check it up, because you went through the trouble to understand it, and you will be able to remember that word for a long time, maybe years. So people out there, it's really important, though you are efficient about how you use a dictionary. If you don't know it, I do have a dictionary with me, and that dictionary video with me on my channel. You can go through there and learn how to use a dictionary well. So having to thumb through a heavy book for a while of look, you can also feel stressful while using a dictionary. So what is? Try to be smart. Now how can you be smart? You can download an app of dictionary that might be, well, instead of using a book that makes you stressful. Another option is multimedia dictionary, which will provide you not only definitions but as well as the context you can use the things into. So pro tip number 3 is repeat short phrases. How? This is a question that arises in your mind. Sometimes you might hear something cool in the movie. Say for example, some short phrases or slangs like hell, yay, or sure thing, or you betcha, that are most commonly used in English language. So if you like how it sounds, you have to do one thing. It really helps you to repeat it and you can learn it. After saying it louder a while, you will be able to remember that for longer time, and you can use it in future as well. So it's a great and enjoyable exercise which you will be doing with your own self by repeating different short phrases. So on personal notes, it's one of my favorite exercises I do for myself even. Next up, I have another pro tip for you, and that is, I know that is awaited the most. So you have to watch with and without subtitles. So, I know it can be really challenging to watch a film in a foreign language. Now, without subtitles, so here is my recommendation for you. When you watch a film the first time, just turn on subtitles. But if you get the chance to watch it second time, try to turning off the subtitles and try to listen what the speaker is saying. So this way you already know that the story from the first time you watched it, and this time you can try listening to some individual words that can might be very helpful for you and that can be checked up last time. Or you might try to see how much you can understand without the subtitles. Very great helpful tip for you. Another pro tip for you is use always VLC player. Now why I am taking the name of VLC player? This is actually a video player which I recommend for watching films on your computer. So this is one of the favorite tools most of the people are using for movies. I see it and I use it a bit differently. Do you know how? If you don't have it, you can download VLC player, it's free. So if you download a movie online and play it, and you know how you don't understand English sometimes, here is what I do. VLC player basically allows you to play back movies at half speed or quarter speed. So if you're not very fluent and you are not very quick, so if there are parts you don't understand, you can play these back at a slow speed and try again to listen. It's really helpful to practice your English listening skills. Another pro tip that I'm going to give you is it's okay to miss some words, just let it go. Now, don't try to listen each and every word and understand whatever is being said. Last of all, so I want to say that all of you should remember what we said in the start. Watching movies should be fun. So if you miss a word, a phrase, or even many sentences, that's pretty okay. Just follow along the subtitles and learn that way. Don't make and feel yourself bad. Watching films is supposed to be fun learning. So people out there, I'm going to share a bit of my personal information, and that is why learning English with movies and film actually works to learn English language. Perhaps you're still wondering if you can really learn English with movies. You might have heard it first time. So after all, watching movies is supposed to be fun, right? Am I right? So how you can be there, you can learn while having so much fun with the film. And more importantly, why should you learn with movies instead of textbooks, which are part of your curriculum as well? So here are 3 reasons that I want to share with you. I believe it really works. Why I recommend learning the language this way. Now, what are these 3 reasons I'm going to share with you? You will get to learn real English, not textbooks English. So the English you learn basically through textbooks or in ESL classroom is not what you will hear people say on the streets. Just for example, in a beginner's English class, you might have learned how to say nice weather we are having. So, or you can say it's raining cats and dog. So while these phrases are technically correct, but we almost never say these in real life. We don't use them. So in contrast, the English spoken in movies is very natural. It's very close to what you hear in your daily life if you speak with any native English speaker too. So this is going to be helpful for you. Second reason that I'm going to share with you is you learn English words in context, not individually. So this is one of the favorite aspects of watching movies. Let's say that you like watching crime films. That's great. After watching 10 to 20 movies, you will start to learn vocabulary that is related to context or subject or crime. So usually what happens when we learn new words, and the words traditionally in schools. We study things like vocabulary list, and the problem with learning new words with vocabulary list is that you can learn what word means, but not where and how they are used. That's really very important. So, on the other hand, if I say, if you learn the word detective through watching crime films, you will know detective can mean many things. For example, it can be a title in front of a person, Detective Beckett, or maybe it's a noun referring to a job. And maybe even hear things that you will be forming opinions about the word. So, this is the way you are not really going to learn each word that means. So reason number 3 is you hear how things are said. In English, people often say that 7% of our communication is expressed through our own words. So what about 93%? That's a question. Well, it's all about how you say it. You know, things like your body language, your expressions, like your frown, your smiling, and your tone of voice, like when you are sounding angry and when you are sad and happy. As you can guess that how is often important what to English people is important to. So let me give you an example. I love you. You might hear this after two people, especially lovers, fight. One person may be trying to say the other person, I really love you. Why don't you believe me? Now, what the other person is doing, a person really might want to say, I love you, but not everyone, and don't worry. So this 3-word phrase, I love you, might be something that the person wants to try saying, but is in an angry mood, and this will affect your vocals a lot. So, now I am going to say you that I am going to wind up the video with, as I have given you some of the recommendations to learn English with movies. These are some of the most celebrated movies that I am going to tell you. I hope that you will enjoy watching these 5 movies and you will really learn casual language that is used. So number 1 movie that I recommend, Finding Nemo. What I am recommending? Finding Nemo. Number 1. Number 2, you can say The Terminator. On 3rd number, you can say Titanic. On number 4, you can say Harry Potter. And number 5, you can say Star Wars. People out there, I'm going to tell you that these all movies will really be helpful for you if you start learning from today. I hope that this video might have brought you something amazing in your life that has made you actually interesting in learning English language. So till my next video, take very good care of yourself. Keep subscribing, sharing. This is Learn with Amna.